Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2025. It is an election year. I hope you had a good break. I know I did. I went on a cruise for 3 days in and out of Sydney Harbour, and I went on a bit of a week trip from away from everything. Phones off, cameras off, everything off. So that's why I'm glowing. Bit of camping, bit of fishing, and just being away from civilization. A lot of fun. I hope to do it sooner rather than the end of the year. So I hope you had a great time. I hope you had a good time with your family, and got away from politics for a bit. But I did schedule a lot of videos while I was away, and boy, did they stir the pot a lot, especially with the Liberal Party. So I'm hoping you enjoyed that content. I've got more videos scheduled over the course of the next few weeks. Obviously, Australia Day is coming up on the 25th of January. I know exactly how I'll be celebrating it, and I think I know how you guys will be too. I'll be on the beach. I'll be fishing, I'll be setting up a barbecue wherever the hell I damn want, and I'll be having a great time with friends and family. I hope you guys are proud about it too. I know there are some freedom protests going on in Brisbane and Melbourne. I'm not sure about Sydney, so I mean, if you're going to those sort of picnics, it's not really a protest, it's more like a picnic thing. I encourage you to go and meet some lovely people. So 2025, big year, Australian election, big year for WA especially. They've got local and state election, as well as obviously the federal election, like all of us. In terms of dates, March 8th is when the WA state election is on. That's locked in. Whereas the federal election, we don't yet have a rock solid date. A lot of people are leaning towards the 12th of April, but I do believe it has to be held by the 16th of May. A lot of people saying Albo, he wants to extend terms. He wants new legislation so that governments, they have 4 years rather than 3 years, and so he's obviously making a lot of excuses under the sun to push this back. And a lot of people aren't really looking forward to seeing his budget, which is going to be in late March, which is obviously, we've got $1 trillion in debt, so that's going to be pretty interesting to see. What else is there? I mean, we've had some crazy situations with the politics going on in Canada. Justin Trudeau resigning, the UK, what's been going on there with the culture wars, and I've got some more clips scheduled over the next week where we talked about these issues, and we're not surprised by what's going on in the UK and the two-tier Keir Starmer policing that he's been doing. But also the US, we've seen Mark Zuckerberg, we've seen Donald Trump's election. He's gotten a lot done during this period of where he's coming into office, but he hasn't quite taken office yet, and yet he's cutting deals left, right, and centre. And the immediate effects of that election result are becoming evident. So what can you expect from me? Well, for a lot of the people that are already subscribed on the Buy Me a Coffee service, the support team that I have there, we have monthly meetings where we can actually chat with each other. I can hear more from you guys directly, and I can share some more of my plans. And so I've got another meeting for that scheduled in the next couple of weeks before the end of January. And I'm really looking forward to sharing more about my election plans. As usual, I've got 6 election projects that I'm doing for WA's state election, but also the federal election and the local elections in WA. We'll be doing how to vote cards for WA's local election and for the federal election, for the state elections. But we'll also be doing our policy matrix, which we haven't done in a while. And I think... if you're wondering what the hell that was me losing my voice. Because over the summer, I got a little bit sick. I did run myself a little bit into the ground in 2024. And so this year, I am taking a slightly more healthy step in terms of how I'm eating and my workout schedule. So you can have a laugh with me, but the amount of time it cost me last year because I was running myself into the ground due to... running all of these projects, and I'm not going to cut this out. I want you to see it because this is how it tangibly affects me. I'm focusing a lot on my health this year, so I pace myself because I do care about you guys, and unfortunately, that gets the better of me at times. And I'm so passionate about these election projects. I want to get them out. Sometimes I do get sick. I get hospitalized. I've got to say it, but I do get hospitalized sometimes because of my sickness. And some people are like, "What is it, Joel? You got cancer or something?" And it's like, no, let's not disrespect the cancer people fighting cancer. I've had a pretty bad brush with tonsillitis in the past, where I've been hospitalised, almost died while I was in New Zealand during fighting the Voice referendum. But yeah, over the summer I did have a bit of trouble with my breathing. I had a cough which didn't go for like 6 weeks, and over the summer it gave me time to think. I was reading a lot, been looking a lot into my health and the balance of my body, and I think everyone should. I'm getting older, guys. I know I started this when I was 22, but I'm 27, going on 28 in a couple months in March, and you got to look after yourself, as you know. And but no, going back to it before I was rudely interrupted. The election projects. We're coming out with 6 election projects, the usual ones we did for the last few major elections, federal, state elections. We've got the volunteer funnel where you can put your details in and it goes to the parties that you want to go and volunteer for as a scrutineer or as a volunteer to hand out how to vote cards or put polling placards up. We've also got the educational graphics which show people where all the parties stand, like the policy matrix. It shows where all the parties stand on different policies, how they compare with each other, how much the Freedom parties have in common, but also how much better they are than the major parties, Liberal, Labor and the Greens. We've also got another graphic which shows you the parties from left to right, which is really interesting if you're not quite sure in terms of where they stand in terms of having a smaller government, more conservatism, more sort of Christian sort of conservative values. I've also got the how to vote cards coming out. If you don't know who to vote for, we do have how to vote cards which will tell you whichever seat you're in, it's exactly to your area. The 4th project is the scrutineer, volunteer and candidate training, where I come out with videos which actually explain to you guys how do you hand out how to vote card effectively, as well as the teals or as well as the greens. How do you actually, where can you put a polling placard up and where can you not? Where is the council going to take it down? But I've also got a few other projects coming out as well for the election specifically. And it's escaping my mind now, but there's 6 different election projects we bring out. Oh, that's right. How do the parties preference each other on their Senate ticket? I think it's important for you guys to know. The Freedom Party's preferencing each other, or are they not? That's what this graphic will show you for every state for the federal election, and also we'll do it for WA as well. There is one other project for the elections as well I'm coming out with, which is the Transparency Reports. It's the 6th project. It basically is a criminal rap sheet of the Member of Parliament. It's not actually criminal. It basically tells you their voting record for your Member of Parliament. So you put your address in, tells you who your Member of Parliament is, might be Dan Andrews previously, for example, and it shows you all of his sins. What legislation did he bring in? What scandals were there outside the Parliament, like running over a bicycle rider? We're coming out with that again. We trialled it in the Victorian election a couple of years ago. It was a big winner, chicken dinner, and we're doing it again, and I think you guys will love it for the federal election, and we are going to try and do it for WA as well. So I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate your help. I know you guys find these tools useful, which is why I kill myself trying to get them out to you. So if you want to support my work this year, please do, and if you want to support the podcast specifically, please do go to Buy Me a Coffee, click the link in the description, click the link in my bio. I've got a lot of exciting things coming along. Regarding the Candace Owens tour, I will have an update in the next couple of weeks with regards to where her visa stands. Again, just to refresh your mind, Tony Burke rejected her visa application. We appealed that, and he's still waiting to let us know what his answer is to our 16-page document, which is confusing because he was so confident when he rejected it. So we're waiting on an answer on that. But if he doesn't hurry up, we've also got our High Court challenge as well to expedite that. We've got an expedited hearing. We're just waiting to hear on more details on that, and I'll have an update on that very soon. And regardless, we will have other tours later on in the year, which I'm looking forward to announcing very soon. But without further ado, God bless you guys. I'm looking forward to filming some fresh content for you guys. Enjoy Australia Day, and I pray that the month of January allows you to find where are you going in 2025? How are you going to take care of your family? How are you going to, where do you see yourself fitting in Australia, modern day Australia, and where it's at right now? I'm looking forward to continuing to host the Arc, continuing to get this out to you, and continuing to help fight these elections that are coming up fast. And I pray that you guys have a phenomenal and a blessed 2025. I'll see you guys later.